Yes, mamas, let's get tapped in. Alright, y'all, so we are starting off with these brows. Anastasia Beverly Hills in the tone dark brown for my outer corners. I'm going to go ahead and fill those in, baby, so we can snatch those corners, make sure they are sharp. And yes, I know I told y'all in the last video that I ain't had my eyebrows done yet, and they still ain't done, sis, but we still gonna, snatch these brows up. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. By the way. Alright, so for the inner portion, I'm going to go in with a lighter tone. It's going to be medium brown, still the same brand, Anastasia Beverly Hills. Just fill that in, put some hair-like strokes at the very front, and just brush that product through. Okay, so here I am taking my L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade Pecan, and I'm going to be concealing under my arch and my tail. Put your sweats on for me. Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for you. Let me lay a great time on you. So here I'm using NK Cosmetics in the shade Ebony 10 to conceal my inner brow and on top of my brow, just to give it a more natural look, so that brightness won't go into my contour and nose and everything. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. So I'm using the NYX eyeshadow base in the shade Blank Canvas to prime for my eyeshadow. And I'm just going to be putting that on my lid and buffing it out, doing the same thing on the other side as well. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. By the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but so because my skin is oily and greasy, I usually set that base with translucent powder, just so that my shadow doesn't go anywhere. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using Morphe 3503 Fierce by Nature palette. It's so beautiful, y'all. I'm going to be using the shade Ball of Fire and just popping that into my crease. Make sure that you pack that color on so that you get the payoff that you're looking for. You want to make sure with eyeshadow that you can see the shadow. So make sure you pack that color on enough. Put your sweats on for me. Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for you. Let me lay a great time on you. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option.
So right on top of Ball of Fire, I'm going to be putting the shade Stunna. Stunna should go directly on top of Ball of Fire. So when you blend, it's seamless. You shouldn't be able to see where one color sits on top of the other. It should just blend together just flawlessly. So you're going to pop that right on top of that first shade.
Put your sweats on for me. Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill. All night, say it. I want all night. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain.
So on top of Stunna is going to be Hypnotic. You put that in your brow bone or whichever tone that you use, of course, and then you blend it out. Also, keep in mind that when you're blending eyeshadows, you always go back and forth. Sometimes you can lose a color that you had, and then you have to go and return to the color that you had before and put it back in that same place. And there's nothing wrong with that. Eyeshadow is all about blending. So sometimes you have to put some more color to make it a flawless look.
Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill. All night, say it. I want all night. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya.
So I decided to go ahead and do a cut crease. I cut that crease with Vaseline and a Q-tip just to outline where I want my cut crease to be, obviously. When you do that, you want to take a makeup wipe afterwards and just go and wipe that remaining product off just so that you have a blank lid.
Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus.
I am going to be cutting my crease with P. Louise Blank Canvas. Y'all, this base is amazing. Like, it is the holy grail of eyeshadow bases. They tell you on the website as well as on their TikTok that it's best to use it on clean skin. So that's why I clean my eyelid with the Vaseline before putting the base on. Now you can put it on top of shadow, but it just works way better with clean skin.
It's all in the sky, ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option, due to unusual rain and thunder, baby I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill. All night, say it. I want all night. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option, due to unusual.
Now the only thing about that product is sometimes it can build up a little bit, so I'll take a brush and just tap off that remaining excess product so that it doesn't crease. Well, it don't crease in the first place, but I still don't want that extra product sitting there, so I just tap it off.
Rain and thunder, baby I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time.
So for my lid color, I'm going to be packing on that shade, the OG. Absolutely love it. It is so beautiful, so pigmented. Ooh, bless you, girl. But yeah, so I'm going to be packing that onto my lid. I did notice while I was cutting my crease that the one on the, I guess my right side, is not like as low as the one on the left side. Keep in mind that when you are cutting your crease, it is going to take practice to make it perfect.
Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill. All night, say it. I want all night. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option, I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill. All night, say it. All night. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my life. Usually I don't do.
Y'all, that was my baby Marley. He wanted to speak to y'all, obviously, because he kept coming in my room. But I am using NYX Cosmetics in the shade Black. It is going to be the Epic Liner Pen that I'm using to draw out my wings. And just like I told y'all before, I love a dramatic wing, sis. So yeah, I'm going to bring her all the way out. All the way out, all right?
This often, but since recruiting isn't an option, due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill.
So as I was doing my liner right here, I messed up and it just was like face ass. Yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed that little melody there. But I'm going to be taking Maybelline Fit Me in the tone Coconut and just applying that all over my face. I'm going to be blending it in with a Real Techniques brush. I don't know why they mess me up all the time. But just make sure that you are blending it in very well. Remember, take your time with this.
Just say you will. Come through and chill.
So I'm going to be using e.l.f. Cosmetics on my under eye. It's going to be medium sand, and then the outer portion is going to be deep olive, and I'm just taking a Real Techniques sponge and blending that out. Also, later on in the video, you'll be seeing me switch over to a Real Techniques setting brush to blend that out as well. It's just whatever works for you. I like to use both sometimes.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option, due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill.
So I'm going to set my under eye with my Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder in the shade Coconut.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder, would you
For cream contour, I am going in with Juvia's Place Shade Stick in the tone Numbia.
put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill.
So here I am taking all of my brushes, my foundation brush, my Morphe 173 buffer brush, my Real Technique setting brush, and just making sure that everything is blended in and just smooth and flawless and clean, no harsh lines. You know, just going through with everything and blending it all in together.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and
Alright guys, so here I'm just going to be setting my face. I am going to be using Juvia's Place Gold on there under my contour. I'm going to be using that on the center of my nose and then around my mouth as well. And then for my brows, to set my brows so they don't grease up, I'm going to use Morphe translucent powder, and I'm just going to press that all the way in. As y'all see, I did get some on my lid and my shadow and everything, but don't worry about that if you do that. It's setting powder, so it's just going to further set it into place. You don't have to wipe off everything and start over or anything like that.
thunder. Baby, I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill. All night, say it. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually
So I went ahead and added my gel liner to my waterline off camera. Here I'm just popping that Hypnotic shade from the Morphe palette under my waterline and smoking out that black gel liner. And guys, if y'all are still here through the video, because I know this was a long one, but I just didn't want to speed it up too much for y'all. I wanted y'all to be right there with me, in my face, just right there in my face with it. You know, if y'all still here, thank you, girl. Thank you for tapping in, and I hope y'all like this look. Comment down below and let me know how you feel about it once we get to the end of it. Also, make sure that you give me a like if you liked it. Give me a rating. You know, send it to your friends. Have everybody tapped in. Your auntie, your sister, your mama, your brother, your uncle, everybody. I want everybody tapped in, y'all.
Do this often, but since recruiting isn't.
So I'm going to be lining my lips with NK Cosmetics in the tone Plum. So when I put this on, I was expecting it to have more of a purple tone, but it actually came off pinkish a little bit, but it didn't bother me at all. It was okay. It turned out nice. So for my lipstick shade, I'm going to be using Juvia's Place Muted. I absolutely love that tone. Now, all of the shades are beautiful, but I'm just kind of stuck on Muted right now because it's just the perfect brownish nude for me.
Option due to unusual rain and thunder. Baby, I wonder, baby, I wonder, would you just put your sweats on, put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me.
Alright, y'all, so I am finishing up with Juvia's Place Nefredi on the button of my nose and in the bridge of my nose. I'm going to be bronzing my cheekbones as well as my nose contour with Juvia's Place bronzer palette in the tone Tan. And I am just giving myself some blush and some more highlight on my cheeks, forehead, and chin with the Shayna B Miami palette. And that is going to be it, y'all. This is the look, baby. Thank you guys so much for being tapped in. Make sure you have on your notification button for my next video. Bye, girl.